Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And before hopping into this offseason, let's take a look at the results from last season. So Ohio State and Oklahoma go at it in the national championship. Turns out that Baker Mayfield is too much for the Ohio State defense, putting up 45 points on that defense. And we played Oklahoma. We seen how good they were. Look at that. They even had the backup, and Mayfield must have been hurt at some point. He only throws for 195, 3 touchdowns. He runs for 90 yards. So they beast their way to a national championship. Looking at the rest of the bowls here, let's look at the important ones here. Cotton Bowl, Texas beat South Carolina. That might have been like one of the best seasons that Texas had in a long time, 10-3. The Orange Bowl, Pittsburgh and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph edges out Pittsburgh. And Alabama, they end up going to the All-State Sugar Bowl, beating Louisville, Lamar Jackson 35-23. Let's just look at the stats from that game. And Jalen Hurts throws for 4 touchdowns. 14 incompletions, 4 touchdowns. I mean, he did not throw the ball that much. Bo Scarborough runs for 120 in the Fiesta Bowl. UCLA, led by Josh Rosen, gets the edge over Memphis. USC, led by Sam Darnold, gets the edge over Penn State in the Rose Bowl and the Outback Bowl and Capital One Bowl. Georgia wins that one, and Northwestern beats the brakes off of Texas A&M. And then here at the Gator Bowl, of course, the Gators will win against Minnesota. So I want to show you guys something that I noticed. The Heisman winner. So Baker Mayfield didn't win. Nick Holley makes a miraculous comeback and he wins the Heisman. But look at these insane stats. He throws for 3,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. But look at this. 1,200 yards rushing the ball. No wonder he won it. 15 touchdowns, accounting for 45 touchdowns in total. And that man was just a beast the whole year. Good thing we do not have to play him next year, because man, going into the MAC this coming year, I'm debating. We'll see as this process goes. Should we go into the American Athletic Conference or should we go into the MAC? I don't know. So looking at the players leaving on our roster, let's go position by position. Zach DeLuca is graduating. He is a senior, and our biggest threat on offense, Jared Ingram, is graduating along with 3 other running backs. So 4 running backs in total are leaving our offense. Stanford is leaving, Medley is leaving, Gooden is leaving, Wayne Miller is leaving. Look at how bad these guys were. These guys were, our best receiver here was 62 overall, Keon Medley. He's leaving. Cantrell was only 62 overall. He's leaving. Our starting left tackle, guard, everybody's leaving. Noah Carter, I mean, good riddance to Noah Carter, to be honest. He was a liability on the left side of our field, and he gave up a lot of big plays, and I think he did actually lead our team in interceptions. That's what's funny about it. He had 3 interceptions. I think he led our team, but look at here, man. Brad Spencer is a senior. He's leaving, and Trey Frederick is leaving. So our 2 starting safeties, we're going to have newcomers, whether it's in the form of JUCOs or freshmen. We're going to have to replace them. So let's move on to the next step. Look at these transfers coming in. Keon Singleton from Kent State. We were just talking about Kent State. We have a running back here. He only had 1 carry the whole year. He's trying to get out of there. 83 speed. He's got 70 awareness, 81 agility, 69 elusiveness, 75 ball carrier vision. He's going to have to sit out a year, but I mean, he's welcome to play with us. I mean, honestly, he's welcome. So here we go. Another freshman from North Texas, Chris Thornton. He's a 61 overall left outside linebacker. He's not that good. I mean, if you look at his attributes, 70 zone coverage, doesn't have much going on here, but he does get a year to train. So that's the good thing about transfers. They get a year to train. Corey Lurch, a middle linebacker, a freshman middle linebacker. He's decent, though. He gets a year to train, 66 overall, 85 speed, 77 agility. His defensive skills aren't too good, but I mean, at least he gets a year to train. So He's gonna have to sit out a year, but at least we got 3 transfers, so let's get it, man. So this is where it gets tough. We are currently ranked the 95th recruiting class, and look at that, we didn't even move up a prestige. Maybe we'll move up a prestige after this season advances, but right now we're still a 1-star 95th recruiting class, and this is where it gets tough because you need to make some decisions. Where are you gonna put your points? Where do they all go? And honestly, if we look at the top of our board, Bo Anderson behind 740 points, I don't think we're gonna get him. I mean, think about it, we had to put in a lot of points to get him. Ben Miller, we pretty much have him wrapped up, 99% locked. We don't need to put that much on him, but I do want to make sure I get him. So let's just actually put 1,000 points on him, make sure that he comes. Let's put 1,100 on him. Kevin Oliver is a guy that I actually really want because look, he's decent. I mean, he has 82 route running, 87 spectac. He's only got 72 catching, which is pretty low, but I mean, his receiver skills are pretty good as well. So let's keep moving down the line. Alex Brown. Look, I've never said that I need a prospect, but if there's one guy that I absolutely need, it's him because he's got the speed, 95 speed, 86 excel. He's an athlete. And you know what? I mean, he looks like he can play cornerback. He's got 80 man coverage, 82 zone, but I want to play him at running back because I don't have a starter right now. Look at that juke move, 95 juke move. He's got some pretty good ball carrier skills. So man, I'm going to put a lot of points on him and we'll see where I end up with that. Jonathan Sullivan. So this guy is interesting because remember, I do have Cohen coming in as a JUCO transfer quarterback, but this guy is going to be the same rated overall as Cohen here. If we look at Ashton Cohen down here, 85 throw power, 75 speed, 72 excel, and he's going to be pretty good out of the gate. But remember, he kind of looks like Donnie Wolf. Him and Donnie Wolf are pretty much a split image of each other, but he's going to come in as a JUCO, so he's going to have that experience right away. But Jonathan Sullivan's going to be a freshman, so we definitely do need a freshman that we can rely on to redshirt. So I'm going to put about 1,800 points on him. So I think I might go after Scott Tyree because he's got 91 excel. He's got 80 pursuits, so he's going to be a good tackler. He's got 68 tackling, but he's going to get after the ball. That's one thing I know about him. He's going to get after the ball with that 80 pursuit. We definitely don't have anybody on our roster that can do that right now. So I'm going to put some points on Scott Tyree. Let's see where we're ranked right now. We're ranked 3,000 ahead of the next guy. So we just need to make sure that we get him, make sure we don't lose him. So now we got 1,000 left. So I don't know where these should go. So Kevin Oliver is still a guy that we do want. We're in the lead for him. So we got to make sure we get him. So I think if I put the rest on him, maybe I can lower some points. Let's see. So I'm in the lead for Alex Brown. I need to make sure I get him though. Pat Cobbs is another guy. I'm only ahead 1,500 with this guy. I have a feeling that I might lose Pat Cobbs here because they might go all in. Who's behind? Buffalo is behind me. But if you look at it, it's kind of a two-man race because 1,500 points, they're still in the lead. I mean, they're still in the running. Jonathan Sullivan, another guy. I don't know. I mean, who do I go after here? Maybe I need to wait a year to get my quarterback of the future because right now it's not looking good for Jonathan Sullivan. I mean, we are in the lead. We could luck out and win this, but it's a close race. They're only 60 behind. If they put enough points, they could possibly get them. So I actually like the way the points are divvied up right now. I'm giving up on Bo Anderson because I don't think we can get him, honestly. I don't. Without putting a lot of points on him, I don't think we can get him. Ben Miller, I do want to make sure we get him though because he is a game changer at tight end. 78 overall right away, but it looks like they're 5,000 ahead, so they would need at least 6,000 on him to pass me, and he's 99% locked, so I don't think we're gonna let him go. I mean, I think we're gonna win, but I do my top two process right now. I do want Alex Brown, I do want Ben Miller, so let's just see how this goes. Let's advance. Oh, and look at this. Ben Miller commits to the team. Kevin Oliver commits to the team as well. Bo Anderson does not commit to us. Pat Cobbs, like I said, I had a feeling that he was going to move on to Buffalo. He does so, but we do get Alex Brown, a guy that we really wanted there. And look, Jonathan Sullivan actually commits to our team, so we do get that quarterback of the future. And Scott Tyree, all the guys that I did want, I got them. So what a good recruiting offseason for us. The only guy that we didn't really get that we wanted was Pat Cobb, so we get all of these guys back here. We do get Scott Tyree. I mean, pretty good offseason for us. We get half of the guys that we go after, and we signed a 4-star. We signed a gem. So look at this jump. We jump up to 31 in the nation. What a recruiting offseason it was for the Marquette Golden Eagles. We went from 95 to 31. Nobody's ever seen this coming. Look at this. Sullivan is our top prospect. He's our quarterback of the future, 6'4". Then we have Oliver. Then we have Davis, the #1 punter, who's really going to help. Josh Dunbar, our first commit. I mean, we have a ton of recruits here, and we did so well. Look at this. Look at this. Our 22nd ranked prospect, our 22nd ranked recruit, is our best player, Lewis Parker. So we're going to have a huge year. We need to get to these position changes, see how well these guys are going to do. Let's go. So looking at our athletes here, we're going to go down the line a little bit, only to the positions that we really need to change some people at. But I have a lot more good athletes than I thought I did. So Kevin Oliver, he's coming in as a 76 overall freshman. Let's see where he lines up best. Look at that running back, 76 overall as a running back. Look at this. Let's just look at his stats first. I forgot exactly what he looks like. So look at these ball carrier skills. He has great ball carrier skills, but I mean, he just looks like a receiver. He has the making of being a route runner. I mean, he's only got 83 speed, but I don't care. He's going to be our best looking receiver out of the gate. Let's see how he looks on defense. Nothing. So I like him at receiver. Let's put him at receiver. And Alex Brown, 95 speed. I want to see what he looks like at running back, and he's 72 overall at running back. He's gonna slot in at running back, and look, he's a pretty good safety too, but I like him at running back, man. He's got the ball carrier skills you look for in a running back. And Vince Cohen, he's looking like a safety more than likely. Let's just go straight to it. He's a 71 overall safety, and I like that because we need to see what we have here position by position. So Ashton Cohen, oh my goodness, look at him. He's 69 overall. He's a pretty good, he's pretty good. JUCO, he's going to be our best quarterback. But look at Sullivan. He's waiting for his moment. He's likely going to get redshirted. I do not want to waste a year of eligibility with him. But look at this Alex Brown, the top running back right now on the board. And Chris McNeil, this was a recruit that I didn't talk about at all, but he's got 76 acceleration, 72 break tackle, but he's not nearly as good as Alex Brown. So we finally got some speed on our team, especially at the running back position. And Josh Frye is actually a pretty good running back, and if you look at him, 76 elusiveness, 70 ball carrier vision. He's only got 62 carry. All of our carrying is pretty low. Glenn Hall is down there now. Look at him. He's our 5th best running back right now. So I don't know how often he's going to get in. But look at the receivers, man. Kevin Oliver is going to be our best rated receiver before training. Remember, we're going to get to training next. I'm just going to go down the line here, and then I'm going to hop into training because that's how you really see how the rest of the team stacks up against each other. Justin Washington. I'm excited about Justin Washington too. I'm going to have some decisions when it comes to redshirting. Who am I going to redshirt? Because there's a lot of good receivers here. We got Scott Williams, who is actually a pretty good speed guy, 93 speed, but he's got 74 excel. So, going down the list here, just looking at what we look like, a lot of freshmen, a lot of young guys, a lot of guys on our offensive line are going to need some help because look at this. Our offensive line is just horrible, and that speed is really going to be needed because, man, so bad on the offensive line, but our defensive line isn't too bad. We got Chris Thomas, the JUCO transfer. I might need to shift Darby over to end because, man, I mean, that looks pretty pitiful at right end. Lewis Parker is going to slot in there, outside linebacker. The transfer middle linebacker, he's going to have to sit out a year, but Nunez is still back there behind him. Remember, we redshirted him, so we got a whole 4 years out of him, but he is 58 overall. Let's see what he progresses to. Ramsor, he's only 62 overall. He plays well above that. And on the back end, cornerback, I mean, Josh Dunbar is going to be our number one cornerback right away, and then Quentin Bell. So, I mean, Rivera's he's gonna progress quite a bit. I like him as a number one corner because you didn't hear much about Rivera. It's because, dude, he had a side locked up. And then we have Julius Macklin. I forgot all about Julius Macklin. He's gonna have an offseason to train as well. And then Vince Cohen, remember his big brother is the quarterback of this team. I do not know who's gonna start, but I think Cohen's gonna start because I think he gets to train Scott Tyree. So let's hop into training and see how these guys progress. Oh, and the JUCOs do not get to train. I thought they would get to train, but they don't get to train. But I guess not. Singleton goes up, and he's a transfer. He gets to train. So the JUCOs don't get to train, but the transfers do. And I like that. Keon Singleton gets to train, so he goes up. But looking at the receivers, Eddie McCray goes up 6 overall. Herman Rogers goes up +5. Let's look at how these guys route running and catching and all that looks. So it looks like Eddie McCray, wow, he has 83 catching, but he dropped a lot of passes last year. It seemed like he just couldn't hang on to the ball. Herman Rogers, 83 route running. So, you know, I'm thinking about putting Herman Rogers in the slot. We'll have to see. So McDowell +5 going through the line. We just need to make sure this line gets a little better because, man, this is not looking good right here. But it looks like we have Jamal Larson, who's gonna probably go at that guard position. We have some pretty bad offensively rated guys there. So Javon Pennington, who's a guy that actually can make leaps and bounds, he had some pretty good games last year. Shane Darby goes up +4. He's got 99 strength. I mean, he's a straight beast. Only 45 awareness though, so he's not very smart out there. Ali Christian comes back for his senior year. Wiley, I actually loved Wiley, man. He's a good player, instinctive player. He just knows how to make plays. And Corey Lersch, the transfer, and he's gonna, you know, he's gonna look good when he gets in. He's 70 overall right now. Kamara Rivera does a pretty good job of progressing here. +5, 75 overall. +75 awareness. Let's just look at their cover skills here. So Macklin goes up +3 in man, +3 in zone. Let's look at his play recognition, 76. So maybe if we put him on the outside, he won't get burnt as much as freaking Noah Carter was last year because, man, that was just horrible. But still, no cornerbacks are at 70 overall yet. So looking at the MAC conference, you can just look at them and it just doesn't look entertaining. Like, it just doesn't look like it'll be fun. We play a bunch of teams that are pretty low on the totem pole as far as the NCAA goes. So I'm deciding to go to the American Athletic Conference. And as you know, the American Athletic Conference does not have enough teams for a conference championship. So what I decided to do is add a few teams on top of us. So I added 4 independents, including us, into this conference, and look what we came up with. Now we have a conference championship. We are in the division with Memphis, Navy, Houston, Connecticut, and Cincinnati, and Army, BYU, SMU, Temple, UCF, and USF are also in our conference. So the American Athletic Conference is going to be entertaining. And since both BYU and Marquette are both independents going into this conference, I decided to make that a protected rivalry. So now Marquette and BYU will be rivals as long as we're in this conference. So they are in the other division. We are in the East division. They're in the West. So we're actually going to make this a rivalry because we made that jump together. So it's going to be a journey playing them every season. So looking at the schedule here to start out the second year, our first year in a conference, Right off the bat, we're starting out with the rivalry game. Remember, Virginia is our only real rivalry right now, and I believe in NCAA football you can earn rivals. So right now they are our only rivals, so we're gonna play them first week of the season bright and early. Next on the schedule, Wisconsin, the Battle of Wisconsin. Remember that finish last season when Jonathan Taylor almost broke one and we got the best of the Badgers, but this time we're at home. Both of these rivalry games are at home. We were on the road last year, and then the third week we're going back to our old team on the road, the Indiana Hoosiers, the rematch of our old Dynasty. That's gonna be one you do not want to miss. Then we're gonna have a bye week. Then we're going to play a ranked opponent because we don't have any ranked opponents on our schedule. So Virginia Tech, who we're going to hope to go to the ACC one day, we're going to play an ACC team here. Virginia Tech, who's actually kind of it's not one of our rivals in basketball, but it's a team that's always up there along with Marquette. That's always pretty good. So going on the road versus Virginia Tech, then we're going to start with some conference play. Week 6, UCF on the road. Remember, they claim that they were national champions in real life after beating Auburn. So we're going on the road playing them. Then we're going to Southern Florida, then Memphis at home, then at Houston, Cincinnati at home, UConn at UConn, and then we're going to have a bye week. So get some players that may be hurt, get them rested up before going to our protected rival, which is BYU. That's going to be quite the matchup versus BYU. Then we're going to end the season at Navy. So this is going to be, it's not that hard of a schedule as last year, but it's definitely a tough schedule because look at all of our out-of-conference games are versus BCS conference schools, Power 5 conferences. So Virginia ACC, 2 ACCs, 2 Big Tens. So we're staying on the East Coast this year. I mean, we don't have any games on the West Coast at all, really. BYU would have been the closest, but we're playing them at home. So this is what our schedule is going to look like, man. So running through our red shirts before hopping into the season preview next episode, where we get to look at all you guys, all the prospects that are in this. You guys are in this year. Don't worry. You guys are all in there. Let's just look at who's going to get redshirted, because remember, Jonathan Sullivan is 6'4", prodigy. I call him the prodigy because he's ready to play right now. And the thing is, he's got Ashton Cohen ahead of him. He's got some eligibility under him. So I'm actually going to redshirt Jonathan Sullivan. He's going to have a really bright future with us. I mean, he's ready. He's primed to play. He's going to progress really well. So I actually like Frye's potential down the road. So I'm actually going to redshirt Frye. I'm going to leave Brown up here. I'm going to leave Singleton. He's going to be a transfer. So I'm going to have 3 active running backs. And if I need to, I can pull in one of my other athletes that might be able to play the running back position. But look at our receiving core. I mean, Miles better than what it was last year. Justin Washington is a guy that I might want to redshirt right now, but I think I might play him. I like Scott Williams being redshirted for sure. I'm going to let Dwayne Elliott walk. I'm going to let Ryan O'Neal get redshirted as well. So we're going to carry, about 7 receivers? Jacob Simpson is a guy that I'm going to actually redshirt because if we don't get another tight end, he's definitely going to be slotted in next season to the backup role if we don't get a better tight end. I can't redshirt anybody in the secondary because we have 5 cornerbacks. So if one of the guys gets hurt or somebody messes up, somebody's going to be getting in. So nobody to redshirt there. On the back end, Vince Cohen, the freshman's going to start right away. I mean, he's got no competition for his spot. Ruffin did it. Remember, Ruffin made a huge, dramatic offseason improvement, 8 points. So he might actually get the start here. I mean, it's going to be between Goss, Tyree, and Ruffin. I mean, I don't know who's going to win that battle. Tyree is looking pretty good, though. I mean, he's got 91 Excel. He's got the tackling skills you want in a safety. If you look at the rest of the ratings here, lined up against Goss, I mean, he's got better tackling than Goss, better hit power than Goss, better block shed, better pursuit. I mean, he just looks like a better option here. I mean, obviously his zone coverage is down, but I mean, he can hit. He's going to be up in the box And I'm definitely going to play him close to the line because Cohen's actually going to play that, that deep. He's going to be the last line of defense. So we're going to see here, man. Let's go over to kicker. Nothing much to see here. Adam Davis is the shoe-in to kick and punt. So, I mean, that's going to do it, man. The next episode you guys going to see your own face in the game. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode. Season preview. You get to see all the prospects, even yourself. So let's go.